So today we're talking about grips. Specifically, I wanted to do a little bit of a initial impressions video on a new grip that I put on my CMMG MK4T AR, and that grip is by Ergo Grip, which, as it says here in the packaging, is a Falcon Industries incorporated company. And this particular model that I purchased was the 4045DE. It's the Deluxe Tactical Grip, and the DE obviously is for dark earth, so that's the color. So just a little background on why I got the Ergo Grip. Initially, everybody starts out with this A2 style grip. Usually is the base grip that you get on a lot of guns. You can see kind of how it fits in the hand there. It's not very beefy. It has this finger ledge, which you either like or hate. I didn't really like it. It's in the way. And then it has just an open bottom. It's basically the standard A2 grip. I then upgraded to the BCM Gunfighter Mod 3 grip, also in flat dark earth. This grip does not have that ledge. This grip angle is different. It's more vertical than the standard A2 grip. A2 grip I think has like a 22-degree angle. I forget what the Gunfighter grip has. Gunfighter grip is a little bit longer, which is nice. You get all of your hand on there. I found there's two main things that I ended up not liking about this grip. One is the more vertical angle, which I have some tendonitis in my right elbow, and actually a more vertical grip seemed to really cause me some pain. I didn't notice that with the other angle grip, the A2. And then the other thing was the reach to the trigger. I still was, even with the size of this grip, which is a little bigger than the standard A2, my finger still was too close to the trigger, and I would get inconsistent placement on the trigger, at least in my opinion, because of it. One feature the BCM grip does have is the storage compartment. So there's a nice cover on the bottom. You can store things in there. And it also has this gap. It bridges the gap to the finger guard, or to the trigger guard. So those are the things what I found with the BCM grip. Another thing that I didn't particularly care for, of course, was the same way on the A2, is this is hard plastic, so there's no give, which I didn't care for as much. It does have some decent stippling on here, which I did like. So I decided to continue my search for the grip that was going to work out best for me. And I read and saw some things about Ergo grips, and in particular about the 4045 Deluxe Tactical grip. So I'll go ahead and talk to you a little bit about that, or show you a little bit about that grip now. So the Deluxe Tactical grip, the features that it has that I like better are the angle. It has an angle more like the A2. The thickness of the grip. It has a nice palm swell. And it also has a slightly compressible material. It's like a rubber overmolded type material. So before I release this hammer and damage my lower receiver, I'll do that. But it also gave me better, let me switch positions here, gave me better consistency and placement, finger placement on the trigger. So now, I don't know if you can see that, my hand naturally places the finger right where I want it. With the other grips, I would get, the finger would be here, and I'd have to bring it back, and then I wouldn't get that consistency of grip, or finger placement on the grip, and on the trigger. So that's really another improvement I was looking for. And this palm swell just feels really good in the hand. It's just really hand filling, and then the length of the grip is also decently long, and my fingers don't fall off of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a compartment, it doesn't have a cover on the compartment. So it's similar to just as a standard A2 grip, is that you could put accessories in there or a cover on there for standard A2 size hole, I think. I haven't tried it. One thing you should note, because of the size of the grip, they actually have a little bit of a cutout here for the safety. And it does have it on either side, so if you have an ambi safety, that cutout should work for either side. Before I do the comparison, from a price perspective, probably the reason I didn't start out with that grip was because of the cost. The Deluxe grip goes for around $40. I think it was $39. See, that was what was marked on the package here, $39. Whereas the BCM grip, I want to say it was in the low 20s. And A2 obviously came on the gun. But anyways, I'll go ahead and show size comparison with a tape measure and bring up a couple highlights, and that'll be it. Okay, so we'll start with the A2 grip, and right below the finger ledge I'm getting a circumference of, it's about 4 3/4 of an inch. If we move down where it looks a little bit thicker, it's coming in about 4 7/8. So whatever you want to call it, maybe we'll just call it 4 7/8 on the circumference of this grip. Moving on to BCM Gunfighter Grip, we'll see what we get for circumference for that. So on the Gunfighter grip, I'll try to match a similar region. We're getting over just a little over 5, so we'll call it 5 1/8. Where it's a little thicker, we might be getting 5 3/16. So it is thicker, obviously, than the A2 grip. Now if we move on to the Tactical Deluxe and see what we get. At the palm swell, it's going to be very large. The palm swell there, we're looking at right about 6 inches. So that's significantly bigger. I mean, it's 7 7/8 bigger than even the BCM grip. If we go just below the palm swell, so again, wherever you want to measure this and compare, we're looking at about, we're going to call it 5 and not quite 5 3/4. I'm going to call it like 5 5/8. Compared to the standard A2, you guys get a feel for what that looks like. You know, substantially bigger grip. I apologize, this isn't coming through really good with it on the lower receiver like this, but I'm feeling a little lazy, not wanting to take it off today. But you guys get the idea, I think. And then you'll notice obviously the angle difference here. Maybe if I just lay it down, trying to approximate where it would go, you should be able to see that there's there's still more vertical angle on the BCM. You also see the difference in size on the thickness of the grip, with this being the BCM. Now over here the Deluxe Ergo. Very similar stippling, except again this is soft material and this is hard plastic, so that's going to be different. Probably the only negative is you don't have the shelf like you do with the BCM, so you have this gap still. Ergo does sell a gap hider. In fact, I thought it was going to be included, but it was not in the package. So not a big deal to me though. I haven't had an issue with it yet, but I need to get some more time at the range with it before I can really comment. So in closing, so far I'm really liking the Ergo Tactical grip. It's just worked out better for me than the BCM, so I'm going to be leaving the Ergo on the gun, and BCM is going to be going back in the box. It is pricier. It's not for those with small hands. My hands aren't huge. In fact, if that was any bigger, my hand, it wouldn't work for me. So it's about the maximum grip size I would want. And give you an idea of my hand size here, if that helps